सलिलं सुधा मधुरितं पवनोऽपि गन्धवाहि चरितं विकल्पकलितं धर्मो दयावगाहि यत् प्राणाङ्गणं शबलितं कौतूहलेरशेषं वन्दे सदा स्वदेशम्.
Where the air is fragrant and the water is sweet like nectar, where the citizens are diverse and yet practice their respective religions with love and kindness, and where the land is a reflection of unity in diversity, I always bow down to the country of mine.
Indeed, today, as we stand here as proud Indians to celebrate the 79th Independence Day, let us remember the sacrifices made by countless individuals to secure the freedom we enjoy today. As we gather to celebrate the spirit of freedom and patriotism, I, Atipriya,
And I, Ishan,
extend a very warm welcome to each one of you to this 79th Independence Day celebrations at IIM Calcutta.
it is a day to reflect on our journey as a nation and to recommit ourselves to the ideals of democracy, equality, and justice. To commence our celebrations, we will begin with the hoisting of our national flag, an emblem of our pride, unity, and unwavering commitment to the values that define our great nation.
विजय विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा, झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा, सदा शक्ति बरसाने वाला, प्रेम सुधा सरसाने वाला, वीरों को हर्षाने वाला, मातृभूमि का तन मन सारा, विजय विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा, झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा.
We would like to invite our esteemed director, Professor Alok Kumar Rai, to kindly step forward and hoist the national flag. Let us all rise and pay homage to our nation as we witness the unfurling of the tricolour.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा, तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा, जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
78 years ago, at the stroke of the midnight hour, when the rest of the world slept, India awoke to life and freedom. We stepped out from the old to the new, and the soul of a nation, long suppressed, finally found its voice.
It is my great honor to introduce the distinguished speakers who have graciously joined us on this momentous occasion. To begin this event, I am delighted to invite our respected director, Professor Alok Kumar Rai, to share his words of wisdom and inspiration with us.
A very jubilant and reflective morning to all the members of this august gathering. It is indeed a day of celebration and retrospection, for it is the dawn of the day we proudly commemorate as the 79th anniversary of the independence of Bharat from the chains of colonial constraints and go forth into the world as a nation determined to carve a distinct niche for itself. It is my debut Independence Day address as the director of IIM Calcutta, and I would like to congratulate the esteemed faculty, erudite students, and the dedicated personnel, because you belong to an institution which stands on the hallowed ground of the city which was testament to the unfolding of the chapter in history of this country's colonialization. as well as its struggle for the independence, not only in the political and economic terms, but also of the renaissance in the cultural and societal fabric of the country. The city spearheaded the transformation of a traditional country, lugging under the yoke of an imperial power to one which was avant-garde in the embracing a more inclusive and modern world, unshackled by the redundant and restrictive rites of the past, but passionately retaining the ancient ennobling rituals to carve an inclusive and syncretic society. It is the cradle of social reformers and change makers who have exemplified freedom in the true sense of the term. The legacy that the city espouses is an exhortation of the contemporary generation to follow in the illustrious footsteps of the forebearer and utilize their potential to effect change. The life narratives, addresses, and achievements of all these men tell us that this journey of transformation always begins with self-discipline compounded with the miracle one has for their vocation. Today I call upon each one of you to adopt and implement these qualities in your personal lives each and every day. The cages that we have built around us of societal expectations and personal ambitions often deter us from realizing our true potentials. It is high time that we realize that the true freedom lies in the freedom of the soul and a heightened sense of conscious responsibility towards our moral, ethical, and humane duties. It is time to resolve to not be deterred or succumb to attempts at unveiling or personal gratification in our personal and professional lives. For this day would not have dawned upon the country had our ancestors shown this weakness in their mettle or character. Change is difficult and complacency is comfortable, but history is not made by those who have never left their comfort zones. Bharat Mata is indeed blessed to continue to bear sons who envision, prioritize, and promulgate the epicity of its culture. Our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, has laid out a clear vision in National Education Policy 2020, a policy that honors India's rich intellectual heritage while equipping our youth for the future. The National Education Policy 2020 redefines learning not only as a means to livelihood, but as a way to build character, ignite creativity, and instill compassion. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "By education, I mean an all-round drawing out of the best in the child and man, body, mind, and spirit." Today, as we embrace digital learning, international collaborations, and innovation-driven curricula, we must also ensure that higher education remains accessible, affordable, and equitable, especially for those in rural and underprivileged communities. In the timeless words of Rabindranath Tagore, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection. This is not merely a poetry. It is call to action, a reminder that higher education must create fearless minds who dares to question, to innovate, to lead, and to serve. We must strive to build institutions that allow every young Indian to explore their full potential. Let us not forget the importance of values, ethics, and compassion in our educational journey. A degree without purpose is nothing. A mind without morality is dangerous. A professional without empathy is incomplete. Higher education holds the power to shape the destiny of our youth and through them the destiny of our nation. Remember that we do not have to necessarily think or act big to prove our love for our nation, but it is by taking small steps, such as keeping our surroundings clean, giving our support to domestic grants, contributing towards the education of impoverished children, working towards creating a society where our women can feel safe, we can change the face of our country for good and make it stand out in the global arena. In the context, let me share with you an anecdote. Once a British person asked Swami Vivekananda, "Why can't you wear proper clothes like a gentleman?" Swami Vivekananda smiled and said, "In your culture, a tailor makes you a gentleman, but in our culture, character makes us a gentleman." So, my dear students, learn to dream big, to innovate, and to think beyond limits, while staying grounded in Indian values as we move towards India at 2047. Our aim is to make India a global hub of education where students from across the world come to learn. This is not a distant dream, it is a mission in motion. India has the talent, the tradition, and now the policy framework to become a leader in global education. Let us pledge today, on this sacred day of freedom, that we will transform our institution into a beacon of excellence, not just in infrastructure, but in thought, spirit, and service to the nation. I would like to conclude by congratulating the students of MBA program who will be awarded today for their outstanding academic performance. It is a testament to your outstanding efforts. We are indeed proud of you and excited to see where your talents and hard work will take you next. Let us educate to elevate, learn to lead, and build a Bharat that inspires the world. Happy Independence Day. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.